the Aggie Sports Network. From Learfield, Aggie basketball has been brought to you by Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Zions Bank. For 150 years of helping you succeed, Zions Bank is for you. Ford. Build Ford proud. Also by Stokes. Stokes Trucking. Doing the right thing since 1979. Welcome to Aggie Postgame. Now from the all-in-one flooring broadcast booth, here's Scott Gerard.
Well, not a lot of drama in this one past the first few minutes of the first half as the Aggies cruise to a big victory tonight, 108-81 over San Diego. Aggies now improved to 8-1 on the season, and tell you what, this team just continues to roll and get it done game after game after game. By the way, some numbers here to go over. Danny Sprinkle now, let's see here. I want to make sure I get this right. Danny Sprinkle has now tied Liddell Anderson for the best 9-game start to a coaching career in program history. Anderson also won 8 of his first 9 games during the 1961-62 season in his first year as an Aggie head coach. So there you go.
Did Liddell, a great coach,
yes,
Liddell Anderson.
Good man, too.
Do you know if Liddell had 100% of non-returning players?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say no, he did not.
I'm guessing not. What year did you say that was, Liddell?
The 61-62 season.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, NIL, the collective.
There wasn't a lot of collectives or NIL.
The transfer portal was a little different in 61-62. So, man, heck of a job by Coach Sprinkle and his staff. Honestly, I mean, heck of a job by these players. But when you think about losing the entire team, and I know this is going to get said over and over and over, but it's true. Not having one guy who contributed to last year's team to bring all these new guys in, gel them together. Obviously, some early success helps. The Cayman Islands, I think, was really, really good for this team culture-wise and chemistry-wise. But just continuing to do this, and, I mean, there's no doubt about it, about what a Danny Sprinkle team is. And, man, this team is playing well.
Today's post-game show brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Brandon Jensen. Give Brandon a holler right now. You can talk about this game tonight, talk about this Aggie team, and then let him protect your future. 435-752-4800. That's 435-752-4800. You've got 4 players in double figures tonight. Great Osobor, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Ian Martinez, 13 points, 2 rebounds. Let's see, going down the list, Mason Falslev, 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, had 4 rebounds, also 3 assists in this game. And then Nigel Burris, good to see him out there, 10 points, and also had 3 rebounds and 1 assist in this game tonight. So Utah State gets the impressive victory, improves to 8-1 on the season, and the Aggies continue to cruise. We'll take a break, come back as we continue on with your post-game show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
Prodigy Brewing is the perfect place to meet up with family and friends this holiday season. Whether you're sipping on a carefully crafted brew, enjoying a delicious juicy burger, or biting into a sizzling wood-fire pizza, Prodigy Brewing is the place to be. Come in for Trivia Tuesdays or with friends and family to celebrate the season. Voted best craft beer and bar and grill in northern Utah. Cheers to making unforgettable memories at Prodigy Brewing on Center Street in downtown Logan. Prodigy Brewing, extraordinary service and family friendly.
Hi, this is Bob Larson with LSS Insurance. So many Medicare plan choices. The Medicare annual enrollment is now through December 7th. Don't let TV ads trick you. Come see us at LSS Insurance. We will compare plans, answer your questions, and assist you in every step of the way. There's no cost to work with us, so please call 752-9493. Why not take advantage of every benefit available? Come see us or call us at 752-9493.
Security. It's the most precious thing you can give your home, especially if it's guaranteed. No cheap locks, no weak keys, no inadequate hardware, just the expertise and precision and security. Beezer Lock and Key believes there's no place like a safe home, and no home safer than one secured by them. It may seem they only sell locks and keys, but what they really sell is peace of mind. Search Beezer Lock and Key or go to 4th North and 1st West and just add confidence.
As the year comes to a close, all of us here at Aggies Healthcare want to express our heartfelt gratitude.
This holiday season, we reflect on the privilege of being part of your lives, offering care, support, and compassion when you needed it most.
To our amazing staff who work tirelessly to provide exceptional care, thank you.
To our colleagues, neighbors, and friends, we extend our warmest wishes for a joyous holiday season.
As we look forward to the new year, we're excited to continue serving with even more dedication and innovation.
From all of us at Agis Healthcare,
we wish you a Merry Christmas and a joyful holiday season.
This Aggie broadcast is brought to you by Cafe Osobor, your favorite Latino restaurant in the historic train station on 6th West and Center on News Talk KVNU.
Welcome on back. You're listening to Aggie basketball. Final score in this one, Utah State with a blowout victory over San Diego, 108-81. Aggies score 53 points in the first half and 55 points in the second half. Overall, Utah State shoots 60% in the game and 33% from three and 23 of 33 from the free throw line. Aggies only turned it over 10 times tonight. You look down, they out-rebounded San Diego 41-27, including 13 offensive rebounds, in which they turned those into 24 second-chance points. Utah State, 62 of their 108 points came in the paint. And that's a number I know you're a big fan of, Spencer, but 62 points in the paint, you don't see that happen very often.
No, that goes to knowing who you are. And the Aggies know exactly who they are. I wish Dave Fox and Jeff Johnson would be quiet, though. We've got two guys yelling over us on the radio. Dave Fox and Dave is one of the loudest people I know.
Yeah. Hell of a broadcaster, though. Just ask him. 19 assists on the game tonight. Where's Coach Sprinkle? Oh, he's right here. As Utah State gets it done tonight. Again, 108-81. Impressive W for the Aggies. And the hit the 8-win number and 7 wins in a row. And Coach Sprinkle kind enough to coach us if you want to do that too. But I tell you what, heck of a game tonight, Coach. This was a game that you pushed the lead out, and then you continue to push it, and you continue to push it, and really kind of put the foot on the gas throughout the entire game.
Yeah, we challenged our guys to, we wanted to win. We call them 4-minute wars. There's 5 each half, and we wanted to try and win every one. And I knew if we defended well enough, I knew that would trigger our offense. And, I thought, they hit some shots in the first half, but, I thought for the most part our guys, they were engaged and they realized what was going to win it for us.
You used your bench a little earlier in the sense, brought in Jackson, brought in Nigel, brought in a number of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that.
Yeah, and they were huge, and some of them hadn't played for a while. So, we know we're going to need everybody down the line. And so when we do get an opportunity to play some guys, but like you said, they got, they were in the first half.
Yeah, it was good minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't you were up by 8, you were up by 7. It wasn't like the game was already decided.
Yeah.
So you were going to these guys, but that's the thought, is making sure you keep these guys engaged and they know they're important. Try to get them experience, because when you do need them, someone's in foul trouble or something. That's the thought process, right?
Yeah, somebody tweaks an ankle, or like I said, foul trouble.
Knock
Anything can happen. Exactly, knock on wood. But they came in and they were, I thought, their energy was good, and we just we fed off the crowd once again.
Great Osobor came in averaging nearly 34 minutes. Darius Brown nearly 36 minutes a game. They played 19 minutes tonight, or Great plays 19. Darius Brown 21. How important when you're really leaning on some of these dudes to have nights like this where they don't have to play a lot?
Yeah, it's huge, because you never know, and those minutes accumulate over the year.
Yeah.
And but it's good for our other guys too, because they practice just as hard as Darius and Great. Like they deserve the minutes they got tonight too. And like I said, it's we got to have a strength in numbers team.
Last game we talked about Templin. We love Templin, and he'll be a fan favorite forever because he's hard-nosed, he's physical, all those things. Talk about Nigel. Ultimately he was very good in the Big Sky last year with University of Idaho.
Yep.
But tell the fans, who's Nigel and what do you see him becoming?
Yeah, Nigel, he's a really talented kid. He almost kind of works too hard, and he almost kind of that paralysis by analysis, like. Yeah. He's always in his own head, and he's got to come and just play, and just let it rip, because he can knock down threes. He's strong. He's athletic. We can play him at the 3 or the 4, and come Mountain West time, there's going to be times where there's big lineups and he's going to have to play some 3. And, he's been getting better in practice. There's some things that he's definitely got to clean up, and he knows that. But, you never fault his effort.
So this was San Diego came in not shooting the 3-ball particularly well, but they hit 3 like boom, boom, boom right out of the gate. And we're like, uh-oh, maybe one of those games you and I talked about the pregame when they start feeling it, it could be a problem. But you guys were able to step up a little bit more defensively and really kind of exert your will. Kind of walk us through that first half and what kind of turned the tide where you guys were able to go on that 15-0 run really early in the game and kind of really, I don't want to say put the game away, but really give yourself a little bit of cushion there.
Yeah, it was effort, and I'm not afraid to call them out. Like Great gave up 2 threes. It's when their number 21 kid who we knew was one of their shooters. And we gave him clean looks in the first half. Like, just having a hand up when you're flat-footed, that's not good enough at this level. Like, you got to be tracing the ball. You got to make him uncomfortable. And we didn't do that. And then it gave him a little bit of confidence. I don't know what he ended with.
Hayes, he had 12 at one point. He's a good player.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I liked Hayes a lot. I got 2 questions for you. Starting out in this season, my analysis, and I don't think I was alone in this, was this team could have a hard time scoring the basketball because a lot of times we equate shooting with scoring in this day and age of basketball. And so because it's not a great 3-point shooting team, it's like, man, how are they going to score? You guys have had no problem scoring the basketball. 62 points in the paint tonight. But talk about why that is.
It starts with defense. When we're getting stops and we're getting out in transition, I think one of the best things we do is we have multiple guys that can bring the ball up the floor, whether it's Mason, whether it's Josh, whether it's Ian, Darius, even Grayton and Fish can push the ball. And so you can play at a different speed when you're doing that. And, we've done a great job, even analytically, like finishing at the rim. Like we have really good finishers, whether it's Josh and Mason, Darius. Like those guys, when they get in the paint, they're hard to guard. And they capitalize and they get some and ones. And, but getting the ball to the paint, that's got to be our recipe for success, whether it's throwing it in or driving that ball, being aggressive.
Yeah, it's awesome. 2 questions, Scotty. This is the second question. So tradition the Herd has started is taking their shirts off when they hit 100 points. Now, Aggie fans know there are some coaches that have been in this league that have no problem taking their shirts off after games to celebrate.
One in particular.
Yeah, one in particular. Where are you on that? Do you think you'll ever jump in the Herd and participate in this new tradition they've started?
My mom and my sisters, they would kill me if I did it. So I'm going to have to blame my mom. She'll have to take some heat from the Herd, but I don't think I can take.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if we win a Mountain West championship at some point, I would have to probably do it.
Regular season or tournament?
Yep. Yeah, you're going to have to remind me because I'll
he
forget.
Went there.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what? I'll be honest with you, Coach, and out of all the respect in the world, I don't want to see that, so I won't remind you. But I love that you would do it.
You'd be so happy that we won it. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Max, we saw it a lot in the Cayman Islands. He anticipates passes. He gets steals. And he's able to turn those into buckets defensively.
First play he got in, stealing it out.
Just like that. It's just, is that just, has he been coached that? Is it just his DNA? Because it seems like he anticipates passing lanes so well.
It is, it's just his instincts, and he's really fast.
Yeah.
Like if we just lined up and did a sprint, he's probably our fastest guy. Like he just kind of floats like a feather. He's so light and he's so long. But he did a great job, and we needed that because, like, when we were getting some threes hit on us early, and like I said, that's when we subbed in Max. I can't remember who else came in early, and that changed the tide. We started getting some stops and guarding.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Heck of a W tonight. We got one more on Saturday, and then things really heat up coming up on next week. It's going to be a lot of fun games. And, by the way, down in Salt Lake City, get those tickets. Go to UtahStateAggies.com. Let's pack that Delta Center and kind of make it the Spectrum away from home there.
No doubt. I know we have a lot of alumni and fans down in Salt Lake, and we got to get that thing packed.
Let's go. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Guys. Go
there
Aggies.
He is. Danny Sprinkle. That conversation brought to you by Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life as Utah State gets their 8th win of the season. We'll take a quick break, come back. By the way, those listening on KVNU, Al Lewis will have Aggie Talk. For those hanging around, you'll hear from Ian Martinez coming up next right here on on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield.
You were there, you watched the game, or you heard it all here on KVNU. So now it's your chance to give your thoughts and ask your questions about the action as KVNU Aggie Game Day continues with Aggie Call. The phone number is 435-753-KVNU. text line is 435-339-0321 for your comments and questions. Aggie Call is brought to you by Daryl's Appliance, Advanced Heating and Air, Advanced Fireplace and Stove, Golden Spike Electric, Alpine Home Medical, S.E. Needham Jewelers, My Mattress, Riverwoods Conference Center, Prodigy Brewing, Cash Valley Bank, Aegis Healthcare, and Jarek's Fine Jewelry. And now, here's John Russell and the longtime voice of the Aggies, Al Lewis, for KVNU Game Day Aggie Call.
Hey, thanks for joining with us tonight. Aggies win it 108-81. Yes, that is the final score. I looked it up. That's the most points the Aggies have scored against a Division I opponent in 32 years. Goes back to the Oral Roberts victory in 1991. Now, they have scored 109 against Chadron State. They scored 111 against Southern Oregon, and they've scored 129 against Eastern Oregon. But this is a Division I team. The things that really jump out to me in this game tonight, John, is I don't know if I remember a game where 13 Aggies played and every single Aggie scored and every single Aggie had a moment or two of good offense. No, maybe not all great defense, maybe in the end. But, again, that's pretty impressive for a team that Spencer's talking about it there. We wondered if this team was going to be very good offensively earlier in the year, and they have not had a problem. They're in the top 10 in the nation shooting the basketball, and they shoot it better tonight.
And that 108-81, not even as close as the score indicated. No. Aggies just dominated the second half, and I think, had they kept their lineup, their starting lineup, they probably could have put 125, 130 on the board.
Might be close to 150 the way it was going there.
It was a great performance.
It was, and again, the coach is talking about when Max Ogbong-Polo came into the game and did make that steal. That was the part of the 15-0 run that broke this game open. After we kind of went back and forth early, they did make some shots. Mason Falslev finally gave the Aggies the lead for good at about the 15-minute mark with a three-pointer at that time, made it 13-12, and that started, first off, Johnson had dunked on a Great Osobor pass to him to start the run of 15-0. Aggies never looked back. They did get it back as close as 6 at 34-28, and then the Aggies took it out to the halftime lead of 53-36 and then roll the Toreros tonight by 108-81. But again, we needed, I'll tell you, there's some guys who needed this game. Nigel Burris, freshman of the year in the Big Sky, came here in the transfer portal. You expect a young guy like that. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities lately, basically because, again, you kind of watch the team and you watch practice and everything like that. He maybe hadn't done it, but he got in there and he exerted himself right off the bat, and I was impressed by him tonight. It's good to see that.
No doubt. What Coach did tonight was phenomenal in the sense that this was not a game where the Aggies got out to the huge lead and then he did a mass line change where the entire lineup went out. Mm-hmm. Guys got to see what it was like to play with other starters. Mm-hmm. They got to see what it was like.
He always kept like one starter or two starters in with those other guys. And Jackson Grant first half played early, and some of these guys who haven't played hardly at all get in there and get a chance to doing that.
The hardest part about watching this game was looking at the lineup and had a good friend come up to me there at halftime, and he said, "We have two quality starting teams out there." I'm not sure two quality starting teams, but it's something as an Aggie fan, you look back over the last several years, such depth. How is he going to allocate the minutes?
Well, I think we thought maybe there was depth, but then you could see the last couple of games he had really shrunk that down. I don't know if shrunk is the right word of that boy, but whatever. He'd taken trimmed it down to that. So, but tonight again, it is really good to get a chance for some other guys to play. Northwest Nazarene coming in on Saturday night. It's a Division II team. Coach said they're one of the better Division II teams. I took their stats out before the game, and I think they're like 5-3 or something like that up and down. They're playing the game tonight before they come here on Saturday night. So that'll be the next game for this Aggie team. But they're so fun to watch. They like to help each other. They're all getting the Darius Brown mentality of he plays to make other guys make their shots and play better, and they're starting to all get that on there. But Mason Falslev has just, in some ways, I mean, Great has been the guy, but these last couple of games, Mason is really starting to show that he might be one of the more elite guys on this basketball team.
Well, what I love about Mason is there's no forcing in his game. Every move that he makes, every shot that he puts up, it's almost like he's run this through his mind 3 or 4 times before that shot's taken, before that drive's being made. And that's, you look at him and he's just, it's just so hard to believe that he didn't play for as long as he did, because he seems to just be in the flow. But
he finishes at the rim, scoops, bankers, off the glass. Jaden and I talked about that before the game. He reads, and I'm glad Jason Walker figured that out from Cache Valley Daily. He's like 80% at the rim, and if a college basketball player gets around 60, they're pretty good at the rim.
Pretty happy.
With all the hands and everything out there.
You have to think that all those years in the gym, in the weight room playing football, that's made a difference. These other guys are, they're strong as well, but he knows, how to use his body. How many times have you seen him go to the basket and somebody will kind of give him a little check, a little push off, and it doesn't even faze him. He goes straight up and gets the bucket. We're going to go over stats later, but there's one stat I want to bring up. Okay. The biggest of the night, and we heard that in Coach's post-game interview. Great 19 minutes tonight. Brown, 21 minutes. That's the stat of the night for me.
Okay. So we got lots to talk about tonight, but we'd love to have you join with us with your phone calls, 753-KVNU, or the text line is, again, 435-339-0321 on our game day coverage of Utah State Aggie basketball tonight. And we're brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. They want to say thank you. A lot of great food was contributed to them, plus some money and all, and they've given that to the food pantry, and they want to thank you for helping make that a Christmas tradition for them and for you as well, from Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, to keep your home comfortable always. And Daryl's Appliance still has some great appliance deals on, always your one-stop shop. Experienced salespeople, famous appliance repair and replacement parts, in-house warranty department. Make sure you check that out if you're buying an appliance. That in-house warranty is really good, because if you don't use it, you get all your money back. Daryl's Appliance, beautiful downtown Benson. Aggies win 108. Again, I got to look that back up again. 108-81, the final score, and we'll be back with more with you on our post-game game day on KVNU.
Don't get caught without power to your home or business. This is Tyler with Golden Spike Electric. We offer Generac backup generators to keep your home or business warm, avoiding frozen pipes, loss of valuable food, or even a flooded basement. Golden Spike Electric is certified and factory trained, so you know it will be installed right and properly maintained. Contact Golden Spike Electric so you'll never be without power again. Online at gsegenerators.com. We also service other brands, Golden Spike Electric and Generac. Power you can count on.
When it comes to home care, it's important to know you have a choice. If you or a loved one is in need of hospice or home health services, remember that Primrose Home Care and Hospice believes in treating the patient as well as the problem. We work directly with you and your doctor to create a health plan that's catered to your needs. Our team is devoted to providing options in the freedom and safety of your own home. Visit us at primrosecare.com or call to schedule a free consultation. Primrose Home Care and Hospice, your local hospice and home health provider since 2006.
Hi, this is Rusty Allen with LSS Insurance. There are so many choices when it comes to Medicare. Annual enrollment is October 1st through December 7th. Call LSS Insurance 752-9493. We are here to help. We will research plan benefits and costs and look up your medications so there are no surprises at the pharmacy. There is no cost to work with us, and you will love having a local agent. Call 752-9493. Want to get the most out of your Medicare benefits? Come see us at LSS Insurance.
It's back. Jarek's Fine Jewelry in Logan is having our annual Pick a Pearl event. If you've attended this in the past, you know how much fun we have. And if you haven't come before, you don't want to miss this exciting event. Still, only $10. Pick your oyster, open it that day, or save it for that stocking stuffer surprise. Mark your calendar, Friday and Saturday, December 8th and 9th. Pick a Pearl at Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Look for the bright green cars.
Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Make it special, make it Jarek's.
Copiers, printers, service, and supplies are just the beginning. Les Olson IT is the premier source for your business's structured cabling, IT, software, telephones, and security systems. We partner with you to find the ideal solution to all of your office technology needs. Tell us your goals and we'll get you there. Find out more at lesolson.com.
Les Olson IT.
Aggie Sports on KVNU is sponsored by the new Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Montpelier.
Again, your show, it's Aggie postgame of Game Day on KVNU. Always Aggie Call, where you can call in at 753-KVNU 5868, or you can use the text line 435-339-0321. A runaway Utah State win tonight. Again, 108-87, 37-point victory over the Toreros of the West Coast Conference. They are picked 9th in their league, incidentally. They did come in with that record of 6-3 on the season, and Utah State again beats them tonight pretty good. Let's go to the phone lines right off the bat because it is your show. James, what's your thoughts tonight about the game?
Hey, Al, a really, really fun game. I like those kind of games. Kind of relax and enjoy it and watch the players have a good time. My favorite part of the whole game was there in the second half when Martinez made that beautiful, awesome dunk. He was flying through the air. That kid can jump.
He's absolutely
unbelievable. That was so fun.
Yeah, that was the smash dunk. Brown had followed that before with a three-pointer, and then they got down the floor, and he just came in with that one hand and just hammered it. Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun tonight. Your comments, I agree with you and John that, it was great to see all the players, and I didn't realize all the players had scored, Al. That was really cool that they got in there. And Burris, to your point, I was like you. I was impressed with the kid. He looked good. He didn't hold back. He was very aggressive. So I think there's some good stuff in that young man.
And
it's exciting to watch him play.
And Sacco's moments tonight were really impressive. Yeah. Now, again, his shot is dunking the ball, and it works, but he defended the rim, and he did some things. So those two guys in particular, I think Javon Jackson wasn't bad in his minutes off the bench and stuff. And Josh, Josh came in and kind of had a few more things at first, but he made some shots and things like that. So the bench tonight, really good. Max, of course, of that breakaway and also. All right. Anything else, James, about this one tonight?
No. Thanks, you guys.
It's good to hear from you. All right. And now we got Jack, who's been waiting. Jack, hello there on Aggie Call postgame. Aggies win 108-81. What's up?
Howdy, guys. I just wanted to call in and let you know. My seat tonight was right directly behind the bench. In fact, it was right at the end of the bench. So I was able to really see up close these kids. And, Jerry Bovee made a home run hire with Coach Sprinkle.
Absolutely.
He and his staff have these kids playing really hard. And in the first half, I was up close being able to watch their defense. They are really scrambling on defense. And then on the second half, watching their offense execute, they got them playing hard, and they're a fun group to watch. The other thing is the unity of the team. Again, I've been around it a lot, and these kids really like each other, really enjoy each other, and support each other. It's just fun to see.
And to think and I was going to say, Jack, to think about
my hat to Jerry Bovee.
Yeah, Jerry did make and I've said it before. His hire was great for Sprinkle. It's worked out, and your point is really taken. Think about the fact that really, other than Great and Brown playing together, none of these guys have really hardly played together in a game ever before this season started, and they've started 8-1 through this whole deal too. That's amazing.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Anything else, Jack?
Just really enjoyed it, and hope we keep it going. I'm confident we will.
All right. I think we will too. Again, this is a team that's going to contend. Now, thank you, Jack, for calling in. 753-KVNU, the number. The text line's available at 435-339-0321. I think the only thing that stands out to me that you have a little worry about, and when we play some teams, the coach said before the game, this team kind of plays like Southern Utah. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They did drive the ball to the basket on us a little bit. Their guards on some of us, even Darius, who's a really good defender, gave up a few, got backdoored the one time, and I know he really felt bad about that. But at the end of the night, you look at it, and they shoot 48%. That's not exactly what Utah State wants to have defensively against anybody they play.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to say a bad thing about this game tonight.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. You come out of this game and really have to be pleased. I love Jack's comments. There were several things that he was spot on. The unity of the team, just to see the way they enjoy one another's play.
From the very first practice I saw, these guys get along. They're all together. Nobody's out for anybody other than the team.
Yeah, and you have to have talent. Don't get me wrong, but unity makes all the difference in the world. But, you're right, Al. This is a game where it was fun to watch. It was great to see a lot of these players that we've not seen a whole lot of this year to see them on the court, see what they can do. I love Sacco. I'm not expecting him to be a 20-point-a-game night guy, but you immediately can tell the defensive presence he has, the influence he has. People are thinking about it. Guy can jump out of the
How about
gym.
the 2-on-1 and he goes and breaks up their fast break.
And that will stick in people's minds. So it's great. But there were some shortcomings. They did get backdoored a couple of times. There were some wide open shots where they didn't switch or they just didn't fight over the pick at the top. There were a lot of things that didn't. Sorry, I shouldn't say a lot. There were things that didn't go right, and guarantee you, Coach Sprinkle's going to come back and he's going to say,
"There'll be some stuff to
great
show
game."
Us,
but
here we go. Let's look at we look at goods
happen?
and bads in our film, and there's not very often when your bench scores 49 points and your bench gets outscored by 1 point. Yeah. They scored 50 off of their bench tonight in their 86 that they had. I mean, Turner didn't start, but you could tell he was a pretty good scorer, and they didn't end up playing him very much. He only played 19 minutes at 17 points for Deuce Turner, who's been around a little bit, and the Hayes guy who transferred in from Black Hills State, he made a couple shots there early, and McKinney, pretty good driving the basketball, and he only played 24 minutes. So Coach Lavin he played a lot of guys. He fouled out 2 big guys trying to stop us in the paint. We still outscored him in the paint 62-38. That's amazing. You give up, but you don't want to give up 38 paint points in a game either.
And again,
to the
that's something
side.
Coach is going to work on. It was a tough beginning to the game, and I think there were 5 fouls in the first minute and a half.
Really close and careful. Then the second half, they kind of seemed to lay off the whistles again. So,
but Coach, you could tell they're a well-coached team. Coach Lavin knows what he's doing. Of course, it's easier to do it when you're in San Diego, but we won't get into that.
See, and they're all brand new players too, mostly for their team too. They hardly anybody back. All right, we'll take some texts. We'll take some phone calls in the next segment. Again, it's 435-339-0321 for your text to get into Aggie Call postgame. Again, the Aggies win it by 108-61, and that is 7 in a row and 8-1 to start the season. And back after this.
Cafe Sabor has the perfect Christmas gift, a gift your entire family, friends, or coworkers will love to the very last bite. Purchase a $25 gift card today and receive a $5 card for free. Any dollar amount is guaranteed to be loved, but with every $25 you spend, receive an additional $5 gift certificate free. Everyone loves great food, and Cafe Sabor is a Cache Valley favorite. Happy holidays from your friends at Cafe Sabor.
This is Ryan at My Mattress. Life is good. Life at My Mattress is good too. Why might I say that? Because today is a good day to slay a Goliath. The other day I went into a mattress store here in Logan that has 2,500 stores across the country. I'd say that's a Goliath. We were 20% less expensive on every bed that we both offer. We may not have 2,500 stores, but we are number 1 in Cache Valley. Better product and better prices. Isn't it time to sleep exceptionally? Only at My Mattress.
Hi, I'm Jay Broadbent with Alpine Home Medical. I'd like to invite you to learn more about us. Since 1997, we've been Utah's premier one-stop shop for home medical equipment. What sets us apart at Alpine Home Medical is the superior level of customer service. We provide home oxygen, CPAPs, wheelchairs, scooters, breast pumps, and so much more. Come on down and get to know us.
Alpine Home Medical, we bring wellness home.
Visit alpinehomemedical.com.
Check out the new Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Montpelier, Idaho. We've got friendly staff, great service, fresh inventory, and the same values you expect in a small town. Montpelier, Idaho, a small town with great people to serve you, the people of Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. You can now see most inventory online too at libertycdjr.com. We're the new Liberty Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Montpelier with warranty forever.
Ho, ho, ho! This is Santa Claus! Daryl's Appliance is my best elf when it comes to all things appliances. They have Christmas savings right now, including scratch and dents up to 40% off with a 2-year warranty. Nothing says Merry Christmas like a new dishwasher with 12 months of deferred interest financing.
Daryl's. Find them west on Airport Road. Open until 6 p.m. on weekdays, 5 on Saturday.
KVNU Game Day continues with Aggie Call. Your chance to talk about today's game. Call 753-KVNU or 800-369-KVNU.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both teams had 4 players in double figures in this game tonight. That's another kind of a weird deal. Aggies, again, they get 19 assists in their 40 baskets, 6 for Darius Brown. He's the only player in the country who had 6 assists in at least 8 games coming into this one. So now he's had 6 assists at least in 7 or 9 games or whatever up until now. So he's doing great with that.
But again, no turnovers. It just, he is a
had
general.
6 and 0. Falslev did have 3 and 2. Jackson was 3 and 1 in the assist to turnover ratio. Osobor was 2 and 2.
Which for him is actually kind of good.
Yeah, better than we've seen in some games. And again, Isaac Johnson only played 14 minutes, 6 points. He had 2 assists, 3 rebounds, and no turnovers in his period of time, so he didn't have to play a lot. We're brought to you tonight by Alpine Home Medical. Again, a variety of home medical equipment, products, and home rental services in Utah and Idaho. Look no further than Alpine Home Medical. Online, it's alpinehomemedical.com. Let's go to the text line. What have we got over there tonight?
Yeah, a few comments. We'll start from 9315 and talking about Great. I don't see how anyone stops Great from a bucket or sending him to the foul line. He just needs to improve on his foul shooting percentage, and that's what he was 4 for 8 tonight.
Started off missed his first 2, and then he kind of made a few, and then kind of missed his last 2. I think he's kind of.
But he is. I think he's shooting about 65% on the year.
He's going to get there a lot. Yeah,
it's the old Wilt Chamberlain syndrome.
Well, he's not quite as bad as that was at one time, but he needs to do better.
They're going to learn.
Wilt in his 100-point game though made 28 out of 32, I think, or something.
He needed to. So again, from 9315, we have a special season brewing. Just like Blake's first year in football.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so. I mean,
and it's early.
Yeah, it's still, and you can see how tough this league is going to be when you get into it. Look at what's going on with some of these teams. So, again, but still, it's nice what we're building. The confidence they're going to play with. They're going to have to play defense to stop people from cutting to the basket and getting to the basket, for sure.
Yeah. We heard from 9601. Great to see the team unify, trust each other, and make the extra pass. And we saw that a lot tonight where there was an extra pass.
Even Great on that one play for Ian's dunk that we talked about earlier.
And I don't understand why other colleges don't figure that out. You will always get a better shot if you make the extra pass. Yeah. And so,
and Jack was right behind the bench and said you can just feel this team unity on the bench. These guys really pull for each other, play for each other, have fun with each other, and they're a real team unified right now with this great start.
They keep going; they'll be in good shape. I'm going to let you answer this. We know the answer, but 6021. Why don't they show players and points on the scoreboard anymore? Go ahead.
I've got the real deal.
You got the real scoop.
Yep. There is a new computer coming for the scoreboard, and it's cannot get here till this next week. Now, we won't have games in the Spectrum this next week. Hopefully, they'll be able to figure out, get it in, and have it for the East Tennessee State game, which will be there right before Christmas. There's some people who thought, they've tried to turn it off. They're going to put more ads up there and sell more advertising. No, that's not the case. But what happened is the old system, of course, has been in there for a while in the Spectrum and has worked. And before the season, it worked. And then when they set it up, then they went to run the first exhibition game, and there was something, the computer just wouldn't work and all. They checked it out. They tried to get some help from, I guess, Samsung or one of the companies that owns something, and they couldn't get somebody here. So DAC Electronics, or the one that's done a lot of these Daktronics that owns the scoreboards, they tried to look at it, and they said, it's not the scoreboard, it's the computer part of it, software thing. So there's some kind of software issue that just was not working in this computer, and the best they can do is get one here this next week after they finally went through everybody trying to fix it, and nobody could fix it. That's where they're at. So it's Utah State definitely apologizes. They know you missed the stats. We've heard it from the start.
Every game we're hearing from
they hope to get it. It won't be done Saturday night because it's not going to come in, but hopefully by East Tennessee they'll be able to set it up and it'll work. That's what they're, now they're hoping it's going to talk or do whatever it needs to do to have it all done.
Well, we've got
that's their plan. With it. They've spent quite a bit of money trying to get this fixed here in the last little bit, I understand.
So I hope they do. It was odd at one point right at the beginning of the game, before the game started, on one of the boards it was all pixelated.
Okay.
And I went to take a picture to send it to you, and by that time they blacked it all out. Okay. So I don't know.
Incidentally, Ridgeline beat Bingham tonight 65-62. That's a good high school win for Ridgeline. And Dallas beat the Jazz 147-97.
Yeah,
but the Jazz had more guys out than in tonight in the game. Is kind of the way it worked.
I had to look at that score. That was pretty bad. Next game up is Northwest Nazarene, and they lost tonight to number 2 in the NAIA division, College of Idaho. They lost 68-66.
We played College of Idaho before, and they're pretty
That's
good
a
in that
ball
division.
club,
and
yeah.
Northwest Nazarene's supposed to be good, so they played them a 2-point game. So they're a pretty good basketball team in their division.
You look at their losses, and they really have not gotten blown out this year, other than a game or two. They're a good ball club, and the hope would be same thing that Coach Sprinkle has an opportunity to give guys minutes that might be a little different than the minutes than they're accustomed to. Again, you have to love the minutes that Burris got. Mm-hmm. You have to love the minutes that Sacco got. And I was especially, happy to see Johnson having a lot of opportunities to run the offense.
Yep, that was really
good.
Yep. They're 4-4 with their loss in this game tonight. Their leading scorer averages 16 a game. True Allen, he is a point guard at 6 feet. He's out of Lapway, Idaho. And let's see. Then their next scorer is Gabriel Murphy, and he is a 6'9" redshirt senior from Tracy, California. And then Ryzen Bergerson is next, and he is a 6'1" redshirt freshman out of Boise, Idaho. Played high school, though, at Spokane. And they have one other double-figure scorer, Aaron Murphy. I don't know if he's related to the other Murphy. He's from they got to be brothers. They're both from Tracy, California. One's a junior, one's a senior. They're 6'7". Oh, and Aaron went to UC Davis at one time. They have another guy on their roster named Harvey, who played at University of Portland. And they have one other guy, Engler, who was on their roster. He played at the Citadel. So they got 3 Division I guys that have played before that have come into this team. John Hawkins is the coach. He's been around their program for a while. He got put in right before the year started. I guess they kind of had about a 500 year last year, which is one of the lower years they've had at Northwest Nazarene.
Well, they've got to be ready to go. Yeah.
So we got to get a pretty good nickname coming in.
Yeah, it's been a good nickname year.
It has.
But you go through their games. They lost. Let's see. They got blown away against College of Idaho in their opening game, but they ended up losing to Westminster by 1. Cal State Los Angeles by 4.
Point Loma by 3, and now they lose tonight by 2. So every game has been really close.
So that'll be the thing. The key there is the Aggies are going to have to get out. They're going to have to blow them away. Got a question here for you, and it's another text comment. We always appreciate that. Again, 435-339-0321. After the last game, as we were leaving the studio, I asked you, Al, if we had got together 2 months ago, and I said at this point in the season, Aggies would have been 7-1, doing all the things,
and now 8-1,
and now 8-1. What would you have thought? And you said something to the effect, I would have thought you're crazy.
Well, I mean, maybe not totally crazy, but I would have thought, okay, no.
No. This comes from 8908, an impressive game. Crazy to think the media right now has USU being ranked 4th or 5th best team in the Mountain West. Looks like it'll be a competitive in the Mountain West this year. Should be fun. I heard, you and Jalen talking about in pregame how impressive the Mountain West is looking. Still a way to go. We've got some scores. I'll provide those for you.
Now, UNLV was supposed to play Dayton.
Yeah.
And they had the shooting at their school today. They canceled the game. It was at Dayton, I think the game was, too. But they canceled the game, rightly so.
Just out of respect for everyone.
Rightfully so. 3 people were killed, I think, by the gunman, and then the police shot him.
Yeah,
I think it was.
And I think there are others that are
somebody else was
wounded,
at least.
So it could be in trouble. But Colorado State, who's ranked 13th, they beat Denver tonight, 90-80.
So that's okay. Denver played pretty
they
good,
played
and then
tough.
Jackson Brinchley is on the Denver
Yes, he
team.
is. Figure out how many points he has.
Landon's brother.
So they improved to 9-0. New Mexico's 8-1 after beating UC Santa Barbara 84-61.
That's a pretty good
and
win.
Nevada stays undefeated. They beat UC Davis 80-68 to improve to 7-0. At this point, because remember earlier in the year, preseason, the Aggies were picked like ninth. Where do you see them now?
Well, you'd have to say that I think right now we have played ourselves to the top 4. And Boise State's record, they played a decent schedule. They're still one that I worry a little bit about. I would say that they're among the group then. So I think that we've got to be in that part. Did you know our conference has 2 of the 14 undefeateds in college basketball going into tonight, and the Big 12 had 6 of them. Wow. That's why the Big 12 has a higher net ranking than our conference. But we have 5 in the top 35. The Aggies are like 34th in the first net that came out this week.
Well, and deservedly so. And deservedly
because Utah State's played some good teams now. BYU, they're number 1 in the net rankings. They've played, they played mostly home. They haven't played anybody on the road. They're going to play Utah on the road this week, which will be kind of interesting because Utah's also a decent net ranking so far with where they're at. They're the only team that's beaten Hawaii this year. Hawaii's like 7-1 on the season. You know who has the best record in college basketball now? Colorado State just tied them tonight at 9-0. Princeton is 9-0.
You know what? Princeton scares me every bracket, every March Madness. If I vote against them, and my hand shakes when I'm writing the opponent's name out.
So interesting amazing stuff. But I would say right now you'd for sure have to say the Aggies have earned their way into being at least one of the top 4 with New Mexico and Nevada and Colorado State. And and San Diego State, so maybe in the top 5, okay? Because San Diego State's still going to be decent, even though they lost last night to Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
We'll take another break, and we'll be back with more post-game. We'd love to have your calls or your texts, and we do have Ian Martinez with the media, so we'll have that coming up as well as the Aggies win 108-81 in the Spectrum tonight.
If you're thinking about getting engaged this holiday, shop S.E. Needham Jewelers. We always offer an integrity price guarantee. In fact, at Match Quality, you'll find our prices to be as low or lower than any store in the state. We consistently beat any 50 to 70% off sales, internet pricing, or so-called wholesale deals. In fact, we even price our diamonds at internet pricing. So you'll get S.E. Needham quality at internet prices. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, where Utah gets engaged. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
Beezer Lock & Key specializes in securing your world with their expertise in locks, keys, and hardware. Every aspect of their services is meticulously tailored to ensure your safety. They offer a vast selection of hardware brands and access control options, along with custom master key systems. With Beezer Lock & Key, you have control of your facility's access 24/7. For 28 years, Beezer has provided top-notch security solutions that stand unmatched in the industry. Visit 4th North, 1st West, and Logan, or go to beezerlock.com to discover more.
Prodigy Brewing is the perfect place to meet up with family and friends this holiday season. Whether you're sipping on a carefully crafted brew, enjoying a delicious juicy burger, or biting into a sizzling wood fire pizza, Prodigy Brewing is the place to be. Come in for Trivia Tuesdays or with friends and family to celebrate the season. Voted best craft beer and bar and grill in northern Utah. Cheers to making unforgettable memories at Prodigy Brewing on Center Street in downtown Logan. Prodigy Brewing, extraordinary service and family friendly.
Thank you for letting Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, the Allergy Clinic, and the Hearing Aid Center take care of your family medical needs this year. Make sure you call now for an appointment before the end of the year to utilize your cafeteria funds. Located in Providence and the new Three Peaks Medical Plaza, North Logan. The entire staff, along with Dr. Benyon, Blotter, and Robinette, wish you a safe and wonderful holiday season. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for details. Most insurance products, including Select Med, are accepted.
As the year comes to a close, all of us here at Aggies Healthcare want to express our heartfelt gratitude.
This holiday season, we reflect on the privilege of being part of your lives, offering care, support, and compassion when you need it at most.
To our amazing staff who work tirelessly to provide exceptional care, thank you.
To our colleagues, neighbors, and friends, we extend our warmest wishes for a joyous holiday season.
As we look forward to the new year, we're excited to continue serving with even more dedication and innovation.
From all of us at Aggies Healthcare,
we wish you a Merry Christmas and a joyful holiday season.
This Utah State Aggie broadcast is brought to you by Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat in North Logan and Providence on News Talk KVNU, where our true colors have always been Aggie blue and white.
It's Al Lewis, John Russell, but you are on the show as well. And 753 KVNU after the Aggies win 108-81 to run the winning streak now to 7 in a row, 8-1 the start. And Gio is always one person who likes to get a hold of us once in a while. What's your observation tonight, Gio?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. So I just think that this team is so much fun to watch, and I feel like I'm seeing things I don't normally see in the Spectrum, at least not that often like we are this year. You know, the dunk that Ian had and Khalifa out there looked like he was playing volleyball a couple of times, a couple of those dunks. And then I don't know that I've ever seen a freshman in the Spectrum. That includes a lot of the greats going all the way back, that seemed like the game was moving so slow for them, the way that I saw Falslev playing tonight. He just, a couple of times there, he looked like he was playing against his little brother. So this is another D1 team. And then if you're a basketball purist, you just have to love watching Darius Brown. It's amazing to watch somebody play so selfless, so hard, and so mistake-free. What a great leader for this team. But that said, the best moment of the night for me, I don't know if anybody saw it, I wanted to call it, share. They great in the second half was guarding one of the bigs, one of the remaining bigs that didn't foul out for the Toreros. And the guy put up a three-point shot with Great had a hand in his face, and he airballed it. And the students did what they always did, start chanting airball, airball. And Great was coming down chanting airball, airball right in his face, which I just appreciate that kind of attitude too.
Well, you can tell he loves to play, and you can tell he's a fun guy. You really can. But he plays dang hard, and now the coach, you can kind of tell, wanted him to play a little bit harder tonight, a couple times defensively, and so that's going to be something he'll have to work on. Yeah. Yeah, and I just wanted to ask, what do you think the future holds for Nigel Burris? I see a lot of talent there. I don't know if he gets a lot of minutes this year, barring injury, but I really see a lot of potential in him. Well, he came here with credentials, of course, and had played about 10 points a game and freshman of the year in the Big Sky, and then all of a sudden seemed to disappear this last little while after he kind of got in a little bit on the rotation. And the coach had kind of tightened the rotation, and I think he said a lot of those times were matchups, but I guess he didn't feel like he needed Burris because Max would kind of play that spot a little bit against some of these teams. We'll see. I think we're... I think Nigel, I would hope that he's going to do, this should really boost his confidence for sure, this kind of thing, and get him going again, and just got to play hard in practice. I'm sure the reason why he, maybe he hasn't played is, in practice he hasn't been up there with the other guys, but tonight he played great. Let's hope he keeps that up.
And Gio, keep in mind also the lineups we've been playing against. Like you said, Al, you have matchup issues. Going into the Mountain West, we're going to be playing bigger teams, and having that extra big body, I think, as long as he puts the effort, I think I definitely was pleased with his effort.
Yeah,
tonight.
I hope that this definitely spurs him on to maybe get a chance to maybe show what he can do. So, anything else, Julio?
No, the only other thing, I was glad to see Max not jacking up the threes tonight. He had the one where he was wide open. Yep. Dribbled into the paint and hit a soft one-hander, and I think that's his game. So, go Aggies.
All righty. Thanks, Gio. Good to hear from you. Prodigy Brewing, one of our sponsors. Hey, they have the juiciest, most delicious burger in town. Great selection of salads, wood-fired pizzas, and bar bites. How about that tomorrow on Center Street, downtown Logan? And just around the corner and down one more block to the north is the Sportsman. From, again, the Sportsman, the world-class shopping experience for Christmas. It's great. You've got all the equipment like skiing and biking, camping, and then you've got the great clothing, great shoes at the Sportsman, part of our sponsorship of Utah State Aggie basketball coverage on KVNU and Game Night. Should we hear from Ian?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got Ian Martinez with the media after the game. Ian tonight was one of those double-figure scorers for the Aggies.
Well, was that fun for everybody?
Yes, of course. Some of the bench guys got to get in the game, make some plays, get some more minutes. And so that was really exciting, since lately some of our games have been a little bit close or tight in the first half. So it's always good to see the guys in the bench who are always supporting us,
So what's it like having an offensive game like that? I feel like hardly anybody could miss, and, you're putting in a lot of those backup guys you're talking about. 8 minutes left in the game. Just what's it like being that good on offense for at least one day?
No, I think it's great. It boosts our confidence, for next games, and especially on being here at home. We know we got to defend home court, so it's always pretty fun to come out here and give the people, a good show. Yeah, I think it's really enjoyable.
Coach Sprinkle was talking about yesterday about the different defenses that this team likes to throw at you. How did you prepare for that? And obviously, it seems like it went pretty well.
Yeah, we knew that they wanted to play a little bit undisciplined, you know. They could just kind of do whatever that was going on at the moment. And we had some moments where we didn't stay disciplined and fell into their game, but for the most part, I think the whole team did pretty good and just trying to control their guys. We could have done a better job, but we got it done. Won almost 27. I think we won by 27, and I think that was good enough.
You guys scored 108 points, but you didn't have anybody that went over 20 points. Everybody was everybody that was scoring. What is it like to be on a team like that, where it seems like anybody put the ball in their hands, they can score?
No, once again, it's all about having fun out there. So it feels good. You know, it feels good to see the other guys who usually don't get to play. You know, like they love basketball too, and it might be tough for them, especially freshmen or for the walk-ons, just not be able to get out there. But today they were, and they did a great job.
And then you talked about having fun out there. Can you talk about that dunk that you had? And how fun was that?
Nah, it was really fun. I haven't had a lot of bodies this season, but I'm looking forward to getting better ones. And, you know, I know that people like to see that, so hopefully we can get some lofts too. I know we just put in a new play a couple games ago for zone, so I'm excited to get one. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Y'all gonna see it.
Say better bodies. Like what's a better one?
I'm not a 1 foot jumper, so you know I can give you something better off two, especially if hopefully I get a steal here and there. Maybe I'll get a windmill.
Wow. He's saying he's going to have something even better than what we saw tonight. That hammer was good. They were going for it on that lob. Remember when Darius got his turnover in the last game and all. But did he almost call it like an out-of-body or something? Yeah. It's kind of, I'm going to get an out-of-body or something. We seeing out-of-body experiences when we see a guy flying around like him.
The athleticism on this team is just
we haven't
beyond compare.
We haven't had athleticism on the team like we have here for a while. That's for sure.
To see plays like that where that was not a breakaway. He threw down on somebody.
He got down the floor and went in there and saw it, and he went and got it.
So excited to see that.
And it's good. And of course, the team really excited when he got eligible in the Bradley right before Bradley, so didn't play the opener. He's played since then. Now he started 3 games in a row? Is it 3? I think three. 3 games in a row that he's been a starter. And I thought Josh, again, like I said, I think Oduje still can be kind of somebody to give a spark off the bench. You know, I was just looking at this. Another thing that Burris can do, and he showed it tonight, he shoot free throws. At Idaho, he shot 87% at the foul line, averaging 8.8 a game. He hit 47 of 54, so it's not like he didn't shoot very many either.
He's 6 for 7 tonight.
Yep.
And again, big body. If you're going to go in there, you better be able to make them.
Okay, we need to pause for station identification. You're listening to Aggie Game Day.
The Utah State Aggies play here. News Talk KVNU Logan, 102 FM, 610 AM. The home for the Aggies.
Okay, so Al Lewis, John Russell, we appreciate the calls tonight. We appreciate the texts. We got anything else in the text line? It's still wide open there. So I think we've covered just about everything up until now. So, again, Northwest Nazarene, Nighthawks will be here on Saturday night, 7 o'clock game. It really is enjoyable to watch what kind of team has been put together by Coach Sprinkle under the circumstances of having nobody returning. And again, it looks like magic is happening. Let's hope it continues.
Yes.
It will be tougher next week when Santa Clara is on the road, and then San Francisco in the Delta Center, and then East Tennessee State, who's usually pretty good, comes in right before Christmas. And then we play Air Force on the road, and then Colorado State at home to open conference play.
And will that game's on the 6th?
I think they're somewhere.
The big thing will be students get back early because we need you for that.
And I don't know if the students will be back by then. I don't think they'll probably start school until probably about the next week. So, but that's the way it'll work out. So it'll be Air Force, and then Colorado State and Wyoming. We'll play those at home before we go to UNLV and New Mexico league play. Then we play Fresno State. Then we get a little bit of a bye, and then we play at Boise, San Jose at home, San Diego State on the road, then Nevada and Boise State back-to-back at home early part of February, at Wyoming, at Colorado State in a road trip, And then it will turn around with, and then they get San Diego State at home, and then they get about a week off before they play Fresno State, then finish with Air Force at home and San Jose on the road and New Mexico at home. Is the way it'll work in conference.
And at that point, you're going to really see what this Aggie team is made of.
Yep.
But at this point, I'll take 8-1.
Oh, 8-1.
Any day.
And the one loss overtime, where they had really a chance to win. It was a close game throughout against Bradley.
Which you often look at as
Aggies have not
learning.
trailed in the half in any game yet this year. And the 53 is the most points they've scored in a half, the first half this year tonight. And it's the 7th time they've shot at least 50%. 4 in a row they've shot at least 50%. And like I said, going into the game tonight, they were number 7 in the nation in shooting. They were number 9 in assists, number 11 in defense against the three-point shot. And the Toreros made a few threes tonight. 27th in blocks. They were in the top 30 in rebound margin, in assist-to-turnover ratio, and point margin scoring, and they added to that tonight with a 38-point win. Or 30. I'm sorry, Ian, 37-point win, Ian Martinez.
Those are tough numbers to rack up.
It's hard to add them.
You're not used to it, but no, they did.
I guess that is 27, isn't it? Yeah, see, it is 27. He's right. I said 37, so I'm wrong. Ian's right. It was a 27-point win.
There you go.
So he's a better math major than I am. So. I don't know why I wrote down 37 earlier, but it is 27. So, okay, we got to get that figured out. But it is late, and my eyes are drooping, and I'll be back with the morning news tomorrow morning, I guess. So,
bright and early. The cot's waiting for you.
And maybe I wouldn't even have to drive home. Okay, Aggie shoots 60%, like we said, win by 27, like Ian said. Have 19 assists in the game. Points in the paint, we told you 62-38, but bench points were 49-50 in this game. But the Aggies had all 13 players score, and I don't know when Utah State's had 13 players score in a game, unless it was like a game against Southern Oregon or Eastern Oregon or Chadron State or one of those other games like we've had and all, and led by Falslev of 17. Burris 10, Martinez 13, 14 for Osobor in the game. And leading rebounders were just 4. That was Ogbonkpolo, Falslev, and Osobor. 6 assists for Darius led the way, and again 17 for Turner on their side, the leading scorer in the game. That's the Cache Valley Bank stats. Get the level of service you deserve. So see you Saturday night.
I'll be here.
So Jalen and I on at 6. The game will be on at 7. And it is on KMYU TV as well, but we hope you've got to be in the Spectrum to be able to really experience this Aggie team up close and personal and all. So Utah State wins it. Coming up next on KVNU, we will join the America at Night program, and we will join that here in a moment or two on KVNU. And thanks for joining with us as the Aggies get their 8th win of the season. Good night.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm a